You're going to need the following ingredients for this recipe.
First thing, I'm going to use a little bit of oil, not too much, and sear the venison. All I'm doing is just sealing it from all the sides. Look at that, it cooks so quickly. If the pan is hot, it'll seal very, very fast. There you go, this is perfectly sealed. And that's it, I don't need to seal more than that. I'll remove it. And I have a brush here, mustard paste. Literally, loads and loads of mustard. And mustard, remember, mustard has got a little bit of vinegar and salt, so do not salt it just as yet. Right, let's get toasting the spices. So coriander first. About 1.5 tablespoons or 2 tablespoons will also do. Coriander is a lovely spice and it works really well with most of the gentle flavors. And then poppy seeds, about 1 tablespoon will do. So the one I have in my hand is a kind of dessert spoon, so I used it about 1.5. One thing you have to remember, that poppy seeds, try to use them as fresh as possible, because sometimes when they are sitting in the cupboard or you buy very old ones, they get a little rancid and gives a very, very bad flavor. I hate that flavor. That's not a nice flavor. No, sesame seeds, about 1 tablespoon. And it's best to toast them separately. By doing it separately, you're actually controlling it well. And then peanuts. And I can throw in 1 red chili. Now the nuts are also done. Now before I go and crush them all together, what I'm going to do is use some of it to make a crust here. So all you do is just roll it. I know peanuts will not get stuck on this, but it's okay. Or if you wanted peanuts to be there too, then you can actually crush it first before you actually cover the meat with the spice crust. That's done. It'll stay on the side for next 5 minutes before I will put them in the oven. And I'll wash my hands quickly. The next one in line is to make the paste of these ingredients. You can use a smaller version, but this one will do. So all the spices will go in. And I got about 3 or 4 tablespoons of tamarind, but I'll use only about 2. That'll do for me. And I got coconut powder, or you can use the desiccated coconut. Just about 1.5 tablespoons will do for this. And I'll blend this into a fine, fine paste. Almost forgot. A pinch of turmeric and red chili. Just a small pinch would do. Turmeric. So I'll go and blend this. Now look at that. After you made the fine, fine paste, this is how the sauce should look. Now it's quite thick at the moment. I can always thin it down a bit by a little bit of water or stock. Water works the best in my opinion. So I'll leave it aside, simmering away. Now this crusted venison will go in the oven at 180 degrees centigrade and we'll cook it. Right, this will take about 10 odd minutes and I'll make a bagar or tadka or seasoning for the sauce, and that is done with mustard seeds and curry leaves. Now the spices I'm using, they are all essential ingredients of making a pickle in India and from different parts of India. So this one obviously is from South India. Once the oil comes to real good heat, so about a teaspoon. Look, as the spice pops, just add the curry leaves and it's done. and you put straight in. And that's it. The bagar is done. Okay, so I'll prepare that first. And this actually, venison pickle is a very common thing. Some more mustard seeds, not too much because I already have some mustard seeds in the sauce, just to get some flavor out. Curry leaves, and then add blanched broccoli. Use all of it. A very small pinch of salt here. Some coconut, freshly grated coconut. And what I have here is just with the same spices, mustard seed, curry leaves, I got some onions. Just sorted with that. All I'm doing is heating it up, mixing it all together. That's done too. Another element done. Let's plate them one by one. So, Brussels sprouts first. Make sure you put the Brussels sprouts and the masala on the side. That's the one which is carrying the flavor. Now that looks tempting to me. That's my one dish. Happy with that. Next one, carrot masala. Look at that. This is beautiful. All the root vegetables are in their prime during this time of the year, so they work really well with all the spices we use in our Indian food. So that's another one. And this one, which is my favorite, honey and ginger parsnip. I love this dish. You can actually add a little bit of candied ginger towards the end just to sweeten it a bit more. And I had added a dash of red chili powder to spike it up a bit. I'm not gonna lose that. I worked hard on it. Okay. Now, the main meat. While this happens, I'm just gently going to heat up my poriyal, which is broccoli poriyal. Okay. I'll just heat up the sauce gently as I'll cut the meat, and also my pickled venison. Right, the broccoli is ready. Going to put it right in the center. If you have a ring, that will be helpful, so put the ring around and then put the broccoli so it stays right in one round parameter sort of thing. And you can place the meat right on top of that. Plenty of grains. Mommy would be happy. Right, pickled venison, just a couple of pieces would do. You can make this one really sharp and chili if you wish to, because that will give a nice bite. That's done. Now, meat. You can cut it whichever way you want, but I'm just going to cut it in a slant way. Like, it's very nicely cooked according to me, but for you, if it is red, excuse me, that's the way I serve it in my restaurant. That sits on the top, and I got some celery cress here to go on top, and the sauce. You can always serve the sauce on the side as well, just a little bit. Okay, that goes right on the edge of it. So this is it. I'll turn it around a bit so that you can see the image.